Start the clock. And let's go. Knight F3.
What you just saw was some chess boxing, and if that leaves you a little puzzled, well, you're not alone. It is chess and boxing, I guess the best combination of brains and brawn. David Bitton is a local filmmaker who spent the last 2 years working on a documentary on the sport. It's called Chessboxing, the King's Discipline. So, okay, so explain how this works. It started with a comic book, right?
That's right. It was invented in a French comic book by renowned graphic novelist Enki Bilal. And in that book, in 1992, he envisioned a future world where the smartest, toughest person was determined by an alternating chess and boxing match. And that was seen by a Dutch performance artist named Ipe Rubing 10 years later, who was reading the book and thought that this would make a really cool performance. You have your brains and brawn, and he thought it would be like the ultimate test.
So how does it work, though? So they do a round of boxing and then they play some chess? And
yeah, well, the way he figured it out is to have the fighters come into the ring, and it's like a normal boxing ring, except there's a chessboard in the middle, and the fighters come in and they sit down and they play a very civilized game of chess for 4 minutes, and then the bell rings and they take the board out of the ring and they keep it intact, and they put on their gloves and then they box for 3 minutes, and then they come back on the board and continue their game until you have a winner by checkmate or knockout.
I think one of the boxers was quoted as saying, or well, chess boxers were quoted as saying that after a few hits to the head, the chess starts to get a little complicated. So what was this fascination that you found with this?
My fascination is that I love things that that you look at or that you see and that you can't really process at first glance, but then stick with you. You know, you think about it later in the day. You laugh at it at first, it sounds silly, but then it just kind of sticks around. And
yeah,
so,
because the thing that's interesting is, and I'd never thought about it until I started to read some of the articles about it, is that you think of chess and you think of boxing and you think of two different kinds of individuals doing that. And yet there are more things in common between the two things than you would at first expect.
That's right. I mean, there's a lot of strategy involved in boxing, and there's and chess. I mean, you don't have to be the smartest person, but you have to have a real sense of, you know, planning and strategy. And so that strategic element is present in both sports. But the differences between the two, I think, is more of a social construct. I think people just don't. They associate boxers as being meatheads and chess players as being nerds, and to put them both in the same person to do is shocking to people.
Well, you've obviously met a lot of chess boxers
Sure.
during your filming. What are they like? I mean, are they predominantly, you know, boxers who like to play chess, or are they chess players who like to box, or like what kind of people are they?
You actually have a great mix of people. There are surprisingly a lot of bankers who do it in London. But,
okay, that says something, and I'm not quite sure what.
I don't know what either. The first Canadian chess boxer is a banker. You have people coming from the chess world who want to do more physical activity, and they think that this is a great opportunity to do it and to test their strength. And you have a lot of people coming from the MMA world and the boxing world who they feel like they're intellectually not showing their best in the boxing ring, and so they want to try out the chess boxing. So
okay, so you're in a bit of a bind because you've self-financed this film, 95% complete.
Entirely.
You need to finish it.
Yeah.
You need to raise some money. So you've started this Kickstarter.com. You're raising money.
That's right. Yeah.
And the deadline's tomorrow.
The deadline's tomorrow. Yeah. We have 27 hours left. We have to hit our goal of $35,000. Otherwise, we get nothing.
Okay.
We've raised 21.5 so far, so we're on a good track. But we really need to step it up if we're
all
going
your filming goes to naught. Okay.
That's right.
Well, Kickstarter.com. It's on your screen if you'd like to help this poor man out so he can finish his film. There you go. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you,
today.
Matsumi.